Regardless of the brand of the tent pole, lightweight aluminium tent poles are shockingly strong when used correctly. In this short video, I'm going to show you how strong an aluminium tent pole can be when you have all of the joins seated correctly together, and how weak it can be when the joins are not seated correctly together. And the reason that I'm showing you this is because 95% of the inquiries that we get about broken tent poles come from the joins not being seated correctly. And when that is the case, you can't expect the full range of performance from your set of tent poles. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these into their extended form. Then I'm going to put this little face shield on because there might be some aluminium splintering, and we don't want that. So how strong can they be? You'll see that if I go tip for tip, I can bend them all the way around until the tips pass one another. So they can come into a pretzel. Now this is true of almost any lightweight aluminium tent pole that's available regardless of the brand. Now you can see that if I keep forcing it, oh, and it's come undone. If I keep forcing them together, the point at which it's going to break is not going to be at a join, but rather it's going to be in the midsection of likely that top section there. So we'll keep bringing it together, closer and closer, until finally, and you can see just how strong they are, until finally it fails critically in the middle of the section and not at the join. Now it's pretty evident just how strong those poles are, and you can see that really they're not going to get forced into that kind of shape when they're inside your tent. But now I'm just going to demonstrate how easily we can break them at a join with much less lever effect than we just had on the full pole if you don't have this seated correctly together. So to reiterate, you always want your poles together like this. You never want them like that, because when we've got them like that, we get a lever effect. And this lever effect is really simple. It just tears straight through the end section of the pole and breaks out like that. The easiest way to avoid this kind of damage is, once more, to make sure your poles are always seated fully together, because 95% of those breakages come from that incorrect seating, and if we avoid that, you're going to get the most possible performance out of your lightweight aluminium pole set.